Outside a crumbling brick building, Miss Martian floats in the air, her green skin shining in the light. Nightwing stands below, pressing a hand to his ear. "Keep me advised," he says. "We're at the site of the second event now." She lands beside him, her eyes distant. "Steel is stressed," she says quietly. My mind link transmits emotion as well as verbal data. She feels nervous and guarded. Nightwing lets out a breath and starts up a dark stairway with her walking beside him. "Just give it a rest, okay?" he says. "We have 3 emergent events to handle. It's a stressful situation." She hesitates, her voice quieter. "Listen, I am acutely aware of how unwelcome I am on your team." "I'm sorry," Dick says, drawing in a breath. "We need to deal with what's in front of us. You said you wanted to help." Miss Martian glances back at him, something softening in her eyes. "Well, I do." "Good," he replies simply. They move deeper into the building. Her hand glows with green energy, lighting the way. "Well, good. Then," she says, "this is the location." Inside, they don't see anything out of the ordinary. Nightwing taps through the controls on a monitor, while an old woman sits back in her chair, the television in front of her flashing with strange, shifting images. "You here to fix the cable?" she asks sharply. "About time, channels are on the fritz." Megan shakes her head. "Ma'am, do we look like we've come to fix the cable?" "I don't see anything out of the ordinary," Nightwing adds under his breath. Miss Martian narrows her eyes. "Indeed. Source energy readings are high, but no apparent signs of an event." They exchange a look. "Let's get her to a safe distance while we..." Suddenly, the world shifts. Nightwing blinks and suddenly finds himself somewhere else, dressed in a white suit with soft lights shining around him. A jazz band is playing nearby. He turns and sees Miss Martian, but she looks different, wearing a wide hat and a red striped dress. She smiles shyly and speaks in a soft, teasing voice as she leans in close. "So what's a nice superhero like you doing in a dive like this?" "What the..." Nightwing breathes, stunned. Her expression falters. I don't know. Something made me say that. I don't know why I said those words." Nightwing looks around, realization dawning. Oh no. Back in the apartment, the old woman squints at her TV. "This ain't my stories," she mutters. Nightwing stumbles to the bar, grabbing the counter. The bartender greets him. "Evening, Rick, Meg." "What'll it be?" Answers. "That's what I want, Joe," Nightwing demands, pointing at the bartender like a man in an old film. "Of all the jazz lounges in all the world, we wind up in this." He stops, shakes his head. "Why am I talking like this?" Miss Martian's eyes widen. "I believe we've been caught inside this emergent event, transplanted into a televisual quasi-reality. Our identities are fusing with those of the characters here." Nightwing says, "I don't buy it, sweetheart." He grips his head, struggling. "Damn it." She leans closer. "The longer we stay, the more we will be subsumed by genre." He groans, subsumed. Overwhelmed as music swells and couples begin to dance. Miss Martian whispers, "It is overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed. I cannot imagine what it's like to experience this as a human. We must concentrate hard to retain our sense of self, Nightwing. If we don't, I fear we will gradually become mindless ciphers in this scenario. The worst fate I can think of, Paul." Nightwing finds himself in her arms, moving to the music. "Is that why we're dancing now?" "Oops." "Yes," she says quickly. "Sorry, my attention lapsed for a moment. It's so difficult." "Concentrate, Miss Martian," he pleads. "Use your powers. Try to reach the others with the mind link." She shakes her head, alarmed. "The mind link is gone, Nightwing. I have no powers here." His frustration boils over. He says, "That's just great." Miss Martian continues, "I am no help," which I'm sure validates your point that I'm a worthless addition to the Titans. Suddenly, a voice booms. Everyone remain perfectly calm. This establishment is subject to an official raid. Officers burst through the door. "Rick, cheese it. It's the law." Nightwing turns to her, eyes blazing. "Oh, for the love of..." And far away in the real world, the old woman jabs her remote. "I don't want this," she growls. "Where's my damn program?" Out in the hot desert under a bright yellow sun, the ground trembles as 2 horses race through the canyon. Nightwing's horse kicks up clouds of dust. His face is tight with focus and sweat drips down his forehead. "Gosh darn it to heck, little lady," he shouts, almost surprised by his own voice. Nightwing looks over to see Miss Martian riding beside him in a bright red western dress. Her green skin shines in the sunlight, and her tied-up hair whips loose in the wind. "We've done. Gone. Switched again," Nightwing yells. She steadies herself in the saddle, eyes darting. "We surely have, darlin'." Steele was right on the money. Bickering and arguing and all that negative stuff just makes these darn events worse. Nightwing's grip tightens on the reins as panic in his voice. Right, we need to concentrate," Miss Martian replies. "Exactly, darlin'. You're Richard, and I'm Megan. Try to remain calm. Stay focused. Don't lose sight of who you are." And a gunshot cracks the air. Nightwing instinctively fires back, his revolver shaking in his hand. "Tarnation," he blurts. Miss Martian leans toward him, shouting over the thunder of hooves. She keeps urging him, her voice trembling. "Richard, control yourself. You are not a gunslinger. This is not real. If you believe it, we will both be lost." But it's too late. His horse screams and falls while running. Nightwing is thrown hard into the dirt, rolling over the rocks. He groans and holds his ribs. A dark shape stands over him. The dust settles. Nightwing crouches next to Miss Martian, both of them hiding behind a sharp, jagged boulder on the ridge. Dark riders on horseback spread out, rifles pointed their way. "End of the trail for you, masked man, you and that girl of yours," one of them says. "Get your hands where we can see them," another growls. Nightwing breathes heavily, then smirks. "You want hands, mister?" he says, rising to his feet. "How about fists?" Nightwing leaps forward, striking one of the bandits square in the jaw, sending him toppling off his horse. Miss Martian spins gracefully, her dress flaring as she kicks another rider. Far away, a different voice, muffled and impatient, bleeds into the moment. "I want my stories. Give me my stories." And with a harsh click, the world twists again. In an instant, the desert is gone, replaced by cold metal walls and flickering lights. Nightwing and Miss Martian are in a futuristic corridor, ducking blaster fire from insectoid soldiers. Sparks fly as bolts of plasma hit the walls. Nightwing ducks under a railing, shouting over the chaos. "We got to find a way out of this." Miss Martian, now wearing a sleek spacesuit with glowing lines, fires back with an alien rifle. "Yes, Captain, and we only have 30 minutes to save the galaxy." Nightwing freezes for a moment. "We do?" Confusion etched on his face. It was the next thing my character was going to say. "I don't know what to do. I've been in insane situations my whole life, but this, I can't even trust my mind. I'm not sure it is mine anymore." They crouch behind cover, the ship trembling. Miss Martian kneels beside him, her tone calmer now. Nightwing stares at her, realization creeping in. She locks eyes with him, steady despite the firefight. "We must remain strong, Richard. You are a strong person, this I know about you. You are just a human with no superpowers. Yet you have consistently excelled throughout your career, despite being surrounded by godlike beings who..." "Wait, is that it?" Nightwing replies, "Is what it?" Nightwing asks, unsure. Miss Martian continues, "That's why you don't like me. That's why you've given me a hard time since I was assigned to the Titans." She lowers herself toward him, her voice quiet, almost vulnerable. Nightwing blinks, startled, and replies, "Look, I like you, okay? I mean, the League doesn't." Her lips curl into a smile. "You like me?" Suddenly, they're back in the smoky haze of a dimly lit lounge. The sound of a piano filling the air. Nightwing sits at the piano, hands resting on the keys, confusion etched across his face. Miss Martian, now in a silky white dress, steps closer, her eyes soft. She echoes softly. The world flickers again with another kale. A new scene. The lounge is quieter, shadows long across the floor. Nightwing's hands hover over the piano as Miss Martian leans against it. Her expression's serious now. "I have a problem," he asks. She gazes down at him. "You have trust issues. Batman treated your previous incarnation of the Titans with disdain." "I don't," he starts, but she cuts him off. "We all have secrets that we hide, Rick." She leans in closer, her voice low, almost tender. "And you struggle. You always have. A brave but ordinary man trying to deal with and live in a world of gods. Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, they are incredible beings, Rick. And you see them from a painfully mortal perspective." Nightwing sits at the bar, his gaze low. weighed down by thoughts he can barely voice. Megan leans closer, her green skin catching the soft light. "You have to fight just to keep up," she says quietly, her tone almost a whisper. "Or else you'll sink. I am also a being unlike you. Martian Manhunter appointed me simply to assist your team. And that's a duty and expression of trust that I do not intend to fail. But to you I am unwelcome. You had control over your Titans, a team built the way you wanted. I threaten that control." He says, "So what? I'm overcompensating." She continues, soft but steady. "If you like, I am alien. And that reminds you too much of your own humanity, of your own frailty in a world of superhumans, of your previous failure to make the Titans work as a team. So you assert control, because you feel constantly that you have everything to prove." Then she adds, "Well, also who's Corey?" Nightwing replies, "What?" Miss Martian says, "She's been on your mind a lot." "Never mind. The point is, I have everything to prove, just like you. I have to prove I am worthy of Jan's trust. I have to prove I'm a valuable ally to you and the other Titans. It's a full-time job just staying afloat in this life." Nightwing replies, I haven't made it easy for you." She smiles faintly. "No, you have not. I am new to this work. I value your wealth of experience. I'm not sure we can get out of this, Megan." Her hand brushing his arm. "I know, Richard." The scene shifts. The two of them stand close, almost too close, their faces inches apart. I can feel my identity slipping away. "Rick," she breathes, her eyes locked on his. He swallows hard, forcing calm into his voice. "We have to hold on, sweetheart. Our pals will be working on a fix. Meg, honey, we just have to hold on to ourselves. Remind ourselves that even if everything around us is fake," his lips touches hers, "we're real." The world around them blurs, then explodes in light. A thunderous noise tears through the air, the illusion shattering. Nightwing and Megan crash back into reality, landing hard on the floor of the old woman's living room. She yells from her chair, furious. "My damn TV! You broke my damn TV!" Nightwing helps Megan up as she groans, her hand on her head. Nightwing replies to the old lady, "We'll get you a new one, ma'am." He promises. Scanning her face, he asks Megan, "You okay?" "Yes." "Fine. Thank you." She breathes, regaining composure. Someone must have restored the mind link. Outside, the chaos has faded. Nightwing adjusts his gloves, looking out at the street. Well, that got a little weird. Megan steps beside him, calm but thoughtful. "Yes, quite. But we stood by each other and came out alive. That's what matters, isn't it?" She nods, and Steele's theory was right. Negative emotions made everything worse. We survived because we stopped arguing and reached an understanding. He glances down, his voice low. "I'd say it was less an argument and more me projecting my hang-ups. I'm sorry, Miss Megan." She smiles warmly. "I look forward to understanding you in further ways, Richard, and vice versa." They start walking side by side, their silhouettes framed by the sunset. Nightwing lowers his voice, almost conspiratorial. "But we won't tell anybody what happened in TV land, right?" Megan laughs softly, shaking her head. "Oh no, absolutely not." They fade into the city, their shared secret still hanging between them. And that's the story, everyone. Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.